The skin around the nose tells a story, and right now that story is one of buildup, of congestion sitting deep inside the pore, quiet but persistent. You can see it. Those small dark dots clustered along the nose bridge, along the chin, pressed into the folds where oil settles and hardens over time. This is not a flaw. This is skin asking for attention. Most people notice blackheads and think the solution is force, a strip ripped away in one brutal pull, or fingers pressing until the skin turns red. But skin does not respond well to force. It responds to patience, to warmth, to the right steps given in the right order. Today, that is exactly what we are going to give it. Blackheads form slowly. They do not appear overnight. Every day, the skin produces sebum, a natural oil designed to protect and soften. But sebum does not travel alone. It collects dead skin cells, microscopic debris from the air, traces of old product, and the residue of sweat. All of this moves toward the surface through the pore. When the pore opening is narrow, or when too much accumulates too quickly, the mixture cannot fully exit. It compresses inside the follicle. It oxidizes when it meets air, and that oxidation is what turns it dark. This is why blackheads appear most often on the nose, the chin, and the forehead. Areas where the pores are larger, where oil production is highest, and where the skin folds create small sheltered zones where debris can quietly accumulate. Pollution accelerates this process. Living in a city, walking through traffic, existing near machinery or dust, all of that adds a fine invisible layer to the skin's surface each day. Stress increases sebum production. Certain foods spike inflammation and cause the pore walls to swell slightly, narrowing the exit and trapping what is inside. It is not one cause. It is the accumulation of everything modern life puts on the skin. Step by step, begin with warmth. Before anything touches the skin, it needs to be prepared. Take a soft cotton towel and run it under warm water. Not hot, warm. Hold it gently against the face for 30 seconds. Feel the heat transfer into the skin. The pores respond to warmth the way a fist responds to release. They open slowly, without pressure. The congestion inside begins to shift. The hardened sebum softens at the edges. The skin, which has been holding tension without knowing it, begins to let go. This single step changes everything that follows. A closed pore resists extraction. A warm open pore yields. The steam opens the pores, the congestion becomes visible, and the skin finally begins to breathe. Set the towel aside. The skin should look flushed and feel gently warm to the touch. This is the right state to begin. The first cleanse removes what lives on the surface. Take a small amount of an oil-based cleanser into the palms. The texture should be smooth and slightly viscous, like a light serum oil. Press the palms together for a moment to warm it. Then press both palms flat against the cheeks and begin to move in slow circular strokes across the face. The oil spreads across the skin, catching the surface layer, the SPF residue, the environmental particles, the sebum that has gathered through the day. Spend extra time at the nose. Use the fingertip pads in small, slow circles along the sides of the nose bridge, into the creases that frame it, along the upper lip where pores cluster. The oil works by dissolving oil. It binds to the sebaceous material sitting inside the pore and loosens it from its walls. You cannot see this happening, but it is happening. Notice how the skin begins to look different under the oil. It takes on a soft translucency. The texture shifts beneath your fingers. Where the skin was dry and slightly rough, it becomes smooth. Where pores were tight and hardened, they begin to feel more pliant. The oil does not strip the skin, it does not alarm it. It enters as something familiar and does its work quietly. The skin barrier stays intact because the cleanser speaks the skin's own language. Emulsify with a small amount of water. Watch the oil turn milky as it contacts water, and rinse clean. The surface is clear now. What remains is what lives deeper inside the pore. The second cleanse goes further. Take a gentle water-based cleanser with exfoliating properties, one that contains BHA, salicylic acid, or a combination of gentle acids designed to penetrate the pore lining. The texture should feel lightweight, not thick, not foamy yet. Press a small amount between the fingertips and apply it in slow, deliberate strokes across the nose and chin, the zones of highest congestion. BHA is oil-soluble. This is what makes it different from most cleansing ingredients. It does not sit at the surface. It travels down into the pore itself, coating the inner wall, breaking down the oxidized sebum, loosening the plug of material that has been sitting there, in some cases, for weeks. It moves like a key that fits the exact shape of the lock. Let the cleanser sit on the skin for a moment, not long, 30 seconds, 1 minute at most. During this time, the skin is working. The acids are reaching the interior of the pore and beginning the process of release. This is the invisible first act of the extraction that will come later. Massage gently with fingertips. Then rinse with cool water. The cool temperature helps begin to close the pores slightly, and it signals to the skin that the cleansing phase is complete. Pat dry with a soft towel. Do not rub. Never rub. The skin is in a sensitized state now and needs to be treated with corresponding gentleness. The skin already looks cleaner, smoother. The dullness that sat on the surface has been removed, but the interior of the pore still holds what it has been holding for weeks. The next step draws it out. Apply the clay mask. Take a generous scoop of a kaolin or bentonite clay mask and smooth it across the nose, the chin, and the T-zone. The texture is dense and cool against the warm skin. It feels immediately calming. like pressing something solid and still against an area that has been active and congested. Spread it evenly. The layer should be thick enough that the skin beneath is not visible through it. Clay works through a mechanism of adsorption, not absorption. The clay particles carry a negative charge that attracts positively charged impurities, drawing them toward the surface of the clay as it dries. Excess sebum, toxins, microscopic debris, all of it migrates outward as the clay firms. You can feel this process happening. As the mask begins to dry, there is a gentle tightening sensation. The skin feels slightly cooler as the moisture evaporates. The pore contents are being drawn toward the surface. Wait 15 minutes. Do not rush this. Sit somewhere quiet. The mask is doing patient work. As the clay dries to a matte finish, look closely at the nose. The pores are visible now in a way they were not before. The material inside them has moved. It sits closer to the surface. What was embedded and impacted is now accessible. The skin is telling you that it is ready. Rinse the mask away with lukewarm water and a soft, damp cloth. Use gentle pressing motions, not scrubbing. Remove every trace of clay. The skin beneath should feel smooth, slightly tight from the cooling effect of the clay, and visibly refined. Pores look smaller already, not because they have changed in size, but because they are cleaner and carry less distension from the buildup inside them. This is the first micro-satisfaction moment. The skin after a clay mask feels different in a way that is hard to describe but impossible to mistake. It is clean in a way that feels earned. Now the extraction. The skin has been prepared with precision. Warmth opened the pores. The oil cleanse dissolved the surface layer. The BHA entered the follicle and loosened the plug. The clay drew the contents upward. Every step was designed to bring this moment to fruition with the minimum necessary pressure. Take 2 cotton swabs or wrap clean tissue around the index fingers. The tool matters less than the technique. Position both sides of the nose. The pressure must come from below and around the pore, not directly down onto it. Think of it as coaxing, not forcing. 2 fingers pressing gently inward and upward from the sides. Begin with the most congested area, the sides of the nose. 1 gentle press. A thin column of white and dark matter releases cleanly from the pore. It does not hurt. It does not require force. The preparation has done the work. Clean. Another press. Another release. The material is lighter in color now. The deep oxidized plug has come free, and what follows is the newer, lighter sebum beneath it. Clean. Move to the next pore. Press gently inward and upward. The pore yields again. Clean. Another. Clean. Clean. The skin around the nose is clearing, pore by pore. Each small release creates a visible smoothness where there was texture before. The nose bridge, which carried a distinct roughness when you ran a finger across it, is beginning to feel flat and even. Work slowly. Do not stay on one area too long. If a pore does not release with gentle pressure, leave it. Move on. Return later if needed. Forced extraction creates micro-tears in the pore wall and causes the inflammation that leads to post-extraction marks. The goal is release, not removal at any cost. Move across the chin. The chin pores are often underestimated. They can carry significant congestion, particularly in people who rest their face on their hands, who wear masks regularly, or who experience hormonal fluctuation. Press gently, the same process, the same release. 1 press, clean, another, clean. The pore is clearing. This is the climax. This is the moment the entire routine has been building toward. Every step that came before was preparation for this specific act of release. And because the preparation was thorough,